what are these IRA rules about? The self-directed IRA rules. As you know, IRA, Roth IRA or other IRAs are a tax-deferred vehicle where the purpose of the IRA is to provide for your retirement in the future. It's not intended to benefit us or you now. So that is the main theme of the whole premise of these rules, that we cannot benefit from the cash flow or the equity gains or things like that. If it is the money we use from the self-directed IRAs, investments into real estate, we have to really keep that in mind. So a very important rule is that all cash flow checks need to be deposited back into the self-directed IRA funds. Even if the investor by mistake deposits one check in their checking account, that forfeits them to use the IRA deferred capital gains and cash flows because they are not supposed to deposit these checks, cash flow checks, quarterly checks like we send out, I send out. But the thing is, you have to send those checks direct to the equity trust or Pensco, not even send it to the investors, because as you know, us, we get so busy, we just see the name or whatever and just deposit those checks right away. So it's good to have the knowledge and make sure that all the checks are going to the right entity. And there is paperwork to be filled out. If the investors would like to get cash flows after a certain age, then they need to fill out paperwork with the custodian companies. If you don't follow the rules set forth by the Internal Revenue Service, you can jeopardize the tax-deferred status of your account. This could lead to the disqualification of the IRA and severe tax consequences. So please do mention that to your investors. Now, pretty good way to reach these rules and other things is to go to the www.trustetc.com. That's the equity trust company website, trustetc.com, or www.pensco.com. That's for Pensco Trust Company. And then, of course, the www.theintrustgroup.com. That's the interest group, the other third largest. I'm sure there are some more I'm familiar with. I've done 3-4 other different ones. So the self-directed IRA rules are to adhere to these guidelines for investments. One of the rules is also, it's called indirect benefit rules. And what it is that the purpose of the IRA is to provide for the retirement, like I was mentioning. It's not intended to benefit right now. It's considered an indirect benefit if your IRA is engaged in transactions that in any or in some way can benefit you personally, and that this is not allowed. Indirect benefit examples are the following: are just a few types of indirect benefit transactions that are not allowed in a self-directed IRA investment. Personally using IRA property, such as using real estate purchase through your IRA as an office, as a personal residence, as a vacation home or retirement home or office space. That is a no. Receiving personal benefits from your IRA, such as lending yourself money from your IRA or paying yourself or a company that you own to do work on a home purchased by your IRA, it's a no also. And using your IRA funds to buy a vacation home that you or your family will use, that's a violation of the rule also. Another rule which is very prominent is called the self-dealing rule. Your IRA may not buy an investment from or sell an investment to a disqualified person as defined by the Internal Revenue Code section 4975. To do so, it is known as self-dealing. Additionally, investments made with self-directed IRAs must be at arm's length, which is most often defined as a willing buyer and willing seller coming together with no undue influence from outside sources. Now, fiduciaries, which is in the case of self-directed IRA, include you as the IRA owner, the following family members of the IRA owner: the spouse, the parents, the grandparents, and the great-grandparents, and the children and their spouses, and grandchildren and great-grandchildren and their spouses are the family members that you cannot deal with. So it has to be unrelated, away from arm's length right there. Now what really happens after the investment is complete? We have to send the original papers back to the custodial IRA entity so that for their safekeeping. Now if this is the graph, like you are here, and then your equity trust IRA is designed right there. If additional funds are needed, submit a new entity DOI. Please look into that direction of investing form. Submit new documentation. Percentage of the ownership changes. Purchasing additional shares if you're doing that with additional money. An investment in entity owned by equity trust company, that will be right there, and then the money flows out. Proceeds from the investment must be deposited into the equity trust IRA account. So all the proceeds from the investments have to go back into your equity trust IRA account. So it's kind of like a circle. You cannot take any money out. That's the main thing.